How you doing, everybody? It's a Sunday. So, yay! I know I'm about 7 minutes off there, but that happens. I'm not quite sure. I only have one complaint about this software, and is whatever they do, they just did a whole bunch of updates again. Whenever they do that, it cuts me off of where I want it to go. So, should be going there to YouTube there, you guys. So, hopefully you're all doing good. How are you guys today? Hopefully you're doing well. It's not been a bad Sunday. It's been a busy Sunday. We did go to the coffee shop today and discuss Necromunda and character creation. It's a good game. The problem with that is the only drawback I see to it is there's so much to it. It's like adding role playing to 40K. So yeah, it's a lot to learn. The more I look at it, the more in depth it is. It's a good game. I'm not knocking it, so don't take it that way. Just it's a little bit more. So we're gonna have to figure that out. I do got to get my Enforcer box here built. That's something that come with quite a few guys. It's a patrol. So I'll get that built and try to get that taken care of this week, if possible. I am in the middle of my Star Wars Legion, and I can honestly tell you, no more Stormtroopers. They are absolutely, to me, a pain to paint. To try to get into the creases where the black is on the armor, the flexible black part, and you got the white armor. It's just a lot. So with that said, yeah, it's a lot. So there you go with that. But that is where it's at today. And I know Mini Warmutt was a little bored with us today, I guess. Sorry about that, Mini Warmutt. Sometimes we just talk about the stuff. It's more of a talk show. And sometimes we'll game. Like next week, we will be gaming. Actually, it'll be Keegan and Dee, that game. And they will be fighting each other out on Necromunda because Dee has her clan, her faction built. And Keegan, of course, everyone knows, is doing the squats. His is built. So they have enough that we're going to do a basic rules. And so when we get to the coffee shop next Sunday, tune in if you'd like. It will be a quick introduction. Then we're going to game. And we'll just take it from there, see how it plays out. That's the only thing we can do is just learn. The only way to learn is to play. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to learn. So that should be interesting. As far as the week goes, I've just been working on my Legion figures when I've had the chance. It's busy where I work at right now. A lot's going on. And so I've been working a little bit late sometimes, and it does affect what I get done during the day too. But with that said, it's not bad. So far, so good. So this is where we're at, you guys. Pretty much another decent week. Mistakenly, I got to the coffee shop and I brought my mics, and I forgot the main piece for the recorder to record the podcast. And so that kind of was a little bit of a pain right there. So I got down and I was like, no, I forgot. So that's how that goes, though. But next week, I think, probably next Sunday, we're also going to do a game with Mini Warmutt. So next Sunday should be pretty good because it should be the game earlier in the day between Keegan and Dee with Necromunda and Ash Wastelands. And then I believe me and Mini Warmutt might be doing a Zombicide game. That's what we're tentatively talking about. It's not set in stone, but looks that way. And I'd like to do the Prison Outbreak because, one, I like Zombicide. I really enjoyed it. It's a good game. And I've not played the Prison Outbreak version at all. So know nothing about how it will go or how hard it is. That's what me and Mini Warmutt are working on. So if you guys don't follow his channel, you should. It's a good channel. And we'll just take it from there and see. what happens. But that's the game plan for right now. And during the week here, I got another podcast I believe I can put up. So I'm putting that up if you guys are listening there. And it's just been a busy week. So on top of that, we do a lot of family things this time of year. Our family does a lot of outdoor stuff. We do that while we can, while weather permits. And so sometimes it's a choice between doing the family-oriented stuff and gaming. So family's always going to come first above anything else. And so, yeah, we have fun. And a lot of times outdoors, we do take the games and go outdoors and play. So it all works out. It's all good all the way around. I know in a lot of areas, some of the places I know a few of you are at, some of our listeners, you guys got hard hit with these storms, and our thoughts go out for you on that, you guys. A lot of devastation, a lot of stuff. So while we're wondering what model do we buy, what do we do, there's people who've lost their homes, you guys, and their collections. The good thing is, if as long as their family is okay, then the rest can be, redone. But it's interesting how we look at things, and we don't often think of what's happening to other people. And so, yeah. So in Florida, it is a disaster out there in quite a bit of places. So with that said, not going too far into that, our thoughts are with you guys out that way, and hopefully things go good. Game-wise, again, I'm getting pretty much caught up. I had a little bit of a disaster the week before with some models of mine. The box got tipped and broke a few of them. I have yet to fix them. Those are my Indominus models. So I still have to sit down and find a time to glue them together and get them going, get them back into action so that we can do it. Get some more gaming on that end done. Keegan's got a pretty nice Necron army. Now he's got the squat. So even if Clint doesn't have the time to play or not able to, me and him are going to have to get that going, and then we'll get the other things done, as we can. Well, hope any warm up. I was just talking about you a few minutes ago, sir, but it was all good. About us possibly doing a Zombicide game next Sunday. That'd be cool if you want to do Prison Outbreak. I have no idea how to play that one. So that's up to you there, sir. Oh, it's on? Okay. All right, then. Looks like Mini Wormut's going to take me on a journey into more zombies. So I do have to give him credit for getting me hooked on that. It's a fun game, you guys. If you get a chance, check out Zombicide. He's got videos on his channel and such, too, that you can watch if you're interested. I'll put down a game there. Wait a minute. There we go. I don't know what happened to my screen there. But, yeah. You need to get back to being consistent on your videos. I understand that, sir. Trust me. Because when you start to go, you'll get a road thing going, right? Where a path where it's working and, things come up. So, I froze a bit, but I'm back. Good. Yeah, I don't know how this. Maybe where might you use this? So check out all the new stuff this app is doing now. It's doing a lot this last update. At least since I signed in last week. Maybe you've already seen it, but it does a lot. So me and you can game if you'd like. We'll get that done. I'm all for that. It's been a bit. I'm kind of hankering to get back into the swing of things with that, and Keegan should be available too because he won't have anything on that Sunday to do. He just couldn't do it Saturday. So I think that will be Um, you could. Yep. Live feeds are fun. Yeah, you're paying for it. You probably should use it. That's true. I should probably use it too. The thing is I get so busy like on Sundays that like Keegan, he came, got me. We went down to the coffee shop. We did what we had to do there. Swung back by his house because I had the baby for a while today, or still had her up there just a little bit ago, and then so she got to play with Crystal and the other kids, and then to come back here and go to log on, and they did this huge update. And whenever the one thing with this app, when they do an update, I'm not complaining because their price is excellent, but for me, it tends to disconnect me from YouTube and Facebook, and then I have to reconnect it, which doesn't sound like a lot, but with Facebook, for whatever reason, you go there and you unconnect it and then connect it, and it doesn't register. It's like it needs a day to do it. So yeah. But they added a whole bunch of more options, so check it out in your notifications. I think it's when I glanced at it, like that's pretty cool. There's quite a lot we can do with that, so it will be a good thing, and so yeah, we'll get that game going. But I want to get back to doing more of my podcasting too, because that's a whole separate group of people that follow us too. So they've been kind of like, hey, because my podcasting went from a couple times a week, 3 or 4 times a week, to once a week, once every other week. I haven't been able to be consistent because of all the stuff going on. And I tried to be consistent with this. I just have more followers on other platforms than I do here on YouTube by a long shot. So it's not. I'm trying to keep up with everything, and I guess if I could go back over and do it again, I'd probably just stick with one avenue and do that. But it's not a complaint. It's more or less, how do I juggle it all? So now it's kind of like getting the time. And some weeks I have the time anymore, and some weeks I don't. So, oh yeah, that doesn't surprise me that they're going to be monetizing the shorts. I mean, YouTube is a company that brilliantly, they got people to create content for them, lured them with greed, and got them to put all this up there for them so that they could build customers off the content, and then made all these restrictions for the creators. Well, so basically YouTube is not for artistic anything. It's an ad platform. That's all this is. It's an advertising platform. We get to put videos up there and feel good about it, but all it is on the other end is advertising platform. People come to see the videos, so they display the ads. It's not what the average person thinks. So I don't doubt they're going to be monetizing the shorts. And with they're busy today, and I've noticed that short videos, you tend to do a little better. People just, even though they'll binge watch on Netflix, man, I work with people that tell you, I binge, watched 6 episodes, so you spent 5 hours watching Netflix. But if you watch a video on gaming, we're not going to make it 10 minutes half the time. So it is just another thing to try to work around. So, yeah. I mean, just got to figure it out. Like, for instance, I think they should open up to all content creators, regardless of their size, different avenues, because you can build your channel, and then, but you got to have the resources to do it too. What is on my bench? What's on my bench? No, it's over here. Yeah, it's basically a whole handful of stormtroopers, mini Warmutt. That Legion box set comes with quite a few miniatures. So the Rebels, I've got to, well, I don't have to, but I want to find the Rebel paint set so that I can paint them accordingly. I guess I can always just glue them down and put them together, but the stormtroopers I got pretty much painted. So yeah, I get them done. They are, for the most part, pretty much done. I mean, I think I showed you guys earlier. But see, like these guys are done, you know, Vader and such, and the captains. But the other handfuls over here, and they're, let's see. Yeah, I had to step away. So, I mean, I'm getting more guys. These guys got the long rifles. But trying to get into some of these very small areas, literally, I've been using a toothpick because it works the best. Oh, hey, Mesos, how are you? Mini Warmut doesn't think I'm getting anything done with my stormtroopers, but I'm trying to show him that I am. I mean, so I've got quite a bit. I guess I could flip it over to that other camera, but geez, my desk is a friggin' mess. It's a mess, really. Although this pole, thankfully, Keegan can't try to use it to strip on. Thank goodness. That has been a good investment here. Let's see here. Gets this one here. Yepers. So you can see I've been doing work, even outlining their shoes. You know. So yes, Mini Wormut, I am getting them done. A little at a time. Whoops. They're a little clearer. Yeah, they're coming out pretty nice there. Vader was the easiest. But thank you, Mythos. So like I had showed Mini Wormut, these here. So yeah, I am getting them painted up, you guys. But the nice thing is, I really like the fact they keep them all in the plastic bag, so you're not pulling them off the sprue. I think that's cool. Of course, this is a box I got to build, Mythos. There's my enforcers. I haven't had a chance to get those built or open those up yet. But yeah, so I found using old Battlefront gunmetal paint worked real good on the Stormtroopers' guns. It's a big difference because their gloves are black, so you can actually see the difference between the black and then the gunmetal gray. And there's different poses. The only problem is I got to sand off the bottom of their feet, so it's back down to the plastic, so I can glue them down. They're looking pretty good. I gotta touch them up. So that's kind of what's on the bench, so to speak. I've been doing them. The Rebel Forces I have not done yet. Oh, the Enforcers? Yeah. These are pretty cool. They kind of almost look like a jacked up Iron Man, don't they, Mythos? Like, don't you kind of get that Iron Man-like feel off those? I do. The weapons they have, they're pretty phenomenal. But I got to agree with you on that. So I haven't opened those yet because been working on the Star Wars stuff. So there we go with that. I mean, I do have other things done. Oh, Mythos. I have not forgot about you on your 3D builds stuff. So we'll get that sent out this week. They're all done. They've been done for a week. And then, so I just have to get them to the post office for you. And then maybe I can trade you for a 40 millimeter base for this bad guy that you filled me in on. Because really, I'd like to game with him, but he has no base. So he's all alone. Although he stands up by himself. So that's cool. Yeah, they do kind of look like Iron Man, huh? So that's kind of what's on my bench right here that I've been doing. So I've got to touch up some of these stormtroopers. I know you guys can't see it, but there's little little things that I see that I've got to touch up on. So I'll be doing that. But yeah, so that's some of them. All the stormtroopers aren't done yet either. Just I'm telling you, if you guys get these, it's really easier to get the eyes and stuff done with literally a toothpick. That's worked for me so far. Just as a tip. Yes, Mini Wormut. It's all about that base. Oh no, Mythos, it's all good, man. Don't worry about it. I was gonna get you those builds last week, but I just haven't had a chance to get to the post office. So this week I'll have to go anyways with work. So we'll just get them mailed out to you, those pieces you were wanting. And that way you can have those too. And how about you, Mini Wormut? Have you had fun with Fallout yet? Or have you had a chance to really do much with it? No base, just trouble. Yep, it's all about the base. It for sure is. So I'm not for want on things to do, you guys. It's just trying to find the time to do it is all. There you go. Now I'm back. Yay. So otherwise, woohoo. It's all good. And Keegan's got most of his squats built, and that Voton Army box, he's working on that. So Fallout is heavy in tokens. Yes. It was one of the few first games really designed to be done for people who are like solo gamers who don't have anyone to play with. Yeah. No, you might have one played by the end of the year. Yeah, there's no rush on it. At least the figures are cool, though. Huh? I mean, all those miniatures that came with are pretty good. And so the Fallout universe is nice if you have someone to play it with. So my son Josh is in the process of moving, but we're trying desperately to figure out a day to do. Oh, good Lord. The game that he had. For God's sakes, yeah. We're trying to get a game going with him. There might be more on the way, yeah. Yeah. There might be. You never know. There are a lot of expansions for that. You can get the Red Rocket. You can get all sorts of stuff. And so there's things to buy for it. And it's very nicely done, though. Very nicely done. But there you go, man. I mean, that's it in a nutshell for me. It's just trying to get this all together. And yep, I seen that. You got black sails, you said. So I think you're gonna like some of the aspects of the naval gaming, because when I avoided it for a long time, thinking, it doesn't look fun, and I was wrong, honestly, for me. So for my birthday a couple years ago, Ashley bought me Sails of Glory, the set, and that's fun. It's fun. You can shoot the crew off the ships. And then we ended up getting Oak and Iron, which is a simpler version, and I got that because you could get Blackbeard's ship and the Queen Anne. And so it was just fun to play with, you know. Oh, you got Hail Caesar. Yep, that's right. Well, if second edition is going to come out, then I would just wait for that. Maybe more. I mean, because if you're going to do it with the most current edition, is all I can say. Editions are, at least in most of the stuff, I mean, in the Warhammer world, there's just a lot of changes. These other ones, they don't seem to do that. Like Star Wars X-Wings, I mean, it was a decade, and then they come out with some rule changes. But that was because they had to. The other ones, I don't see them doing all that all the time. But if a second edition is coming, I would definitely wait. And then I would get the newest edition if you can, because it's probably not going to change for a while, you know. And some of those historical battles, I've been noticing too, you guys, that like the American Civil War. Is it Warlord Games? I think they're the ones that put out that set. Or maybe I'm confusing with Perry Miniatures. I don't know. I've looked at both of them. One of them I had it saved. So their set was like 120, and they're like have it for $90 now. So but it's the North and the South Civil War and black powder rules. So that would be kind of cool. Oh, you're going to have both? Hey, man, have both. There you go. I try to just stay with whatever the current rules are with something. But it's hard to do that, too, unless everybody on the entire Earth all of a sudden switches over. Because there are some people that go to a set number of how many times they're gonna continue to build something and change it, you know. So Warlord Games and Prairie Minis, yeah, and Prairie makes really nice stuff too. So it's hard for me to pick like Battle of Waterloo or like the American Civil War or something like that. Well, yeah, you fall back on Wiley Games rule books. Yep. So they have simplified it. It's a good system. All these systems that are out there, it just boils down to what do you like to play with, you know, because you'll find one person that says the system is faulted, the next person will say they don't find any faults, and it's the same system. Yeah, I guess it depends on your point of view. That's cool that they'll have them on their show. It doesn't surprise me they're getting him for the show, though, because they started getting into it, you know, and they're looking for people to bring on. So that's cool. So Jay Wiley Mythos is the guy that created, you know, the Fistful of Lead rules. I actually got to meet him when we went up to the gaming convention. Let me show you where to go. So he created, you know, Fistful of Lead. He has got his own take on rules, and so he's tried to make what he believes is a good set of rules because he didn't like other rules, from what I understand, and they are a nice set of rules to play with. Mini Warmup says he's a god. I don't know about that, Mini Warmup, but he is starting to become pretty well known, and so they make the Fistful of Lead rules. And then, of course, they got different variations for other games, too. So they're a good set of rules, no doubt. Well, I'm not knocking them by any means. But he's the guy that created that and had a lot of tables at that convention there that we went to back at the beginning of the year. And yes, I've seen how they are getting bigger and bigger. And they're kind of lucky in the sense where they're at. Their part of the world is huge into wargaming, you know. Americans are more into fantasy gaming than they are into like the historical stuff. If you go to most of your shops, it's more sci-fi fantasy gaming. And if you look at a lot of their subscribers, there are people that are into that, which is good. I'm glad. I think I started following them when they had like less than 100 people. So, you know, I really enjoy talking to them. It's good time. So, well, I'm glad to see they're growing, man. I think it's fantastic. Their shows are good, and they do a good job at the stuff that they're doing. So, you know, everybody wants their stuff to grow like that. So, hey, more power to them. And having Jay Wiley on there, that'll be good for Jay also, because it will Mini Warmup show people over there that are not familiar with this, you know, a little bit too. So what did you say there, Mini Warmup? You used Galactic Heroes and you used your Dark Angels in the game? Yeah. So that's the other thing too, Mythos, is these are not specific to a particular model. What Mini Warmup's talking about is Galactic Heroes is the Fistful of Lead rules for space-themed games like Star Wars. So Star Wars Legion comes with its, you know, obviously its very own set of rules. So Wiley Games makes one geared towards that. So you can use your Warhammer figures with these rules. You can use any figures. I mean, like this guy here, he just a steampunk cowboy I showed you guys. I painted up. Well, I can throw him in fistful of lead rules. And I can just do whatever. So they're pretty nice, easy rules. And there's so many sets of rules out there now that it's really honestly up to what you guys like to play with. I mean, I don't have a favorite particular set of rules, really. There's some are easier than others. And for me, I'd rather play an easier, concise type of game as opposed to an in-depth, so too realistic too also can drag on a game. You know what I mean? So Galactic Heroes is the fantasy-based one, yes. So yeah, Mythos, they're a good set of rules. They're just tabletop wargaming rules. Like this one will tell you for small-scale skirmishes throughout history. It's per rule book. And so, yeah, you can do literally whatever. And it's a nice rule set. It's different too than some of the others. So I think that'll be good exposure for Wiley Games, especially in the UK, where most people will use their rule systems probably more than they're going to use them here, anymore, because you can go to any of your game stores and you're not going to see very many tanks or historical World War II stuff, Flames of War, which is bolt action, things like that. Out here, you're mostly going to see fantasy stuff, and that's just the way it is here in this country. Yeah. Yeah, recently he has that alpha there. Yep. So Battletech, there's an example. The concept's good. The game drags on forever and ever and ever because you're shooting off little points off each arm. You could have two robots fight to where it becomes almost boring after a while. So you got to change it up a little bit. It's a good concept, but it drags itself out. No, you don't got to stop Mini Warmont. You're their official spokesperson, I think, under the table anyways. But you can see, Mythos, that Brian really likes their stuff, and it's good stuff. So you can check it out. I mean, they're easy. Like, there's a lot of rule systems out there that are fun to play with, and Wiley just makes a different version of it that's fun too. It's not the end all. None of them are the end all. Some are just easier than others, and there's a pretty easy system. And it'll gain popularity, especially if you're looking for much bigger battles to do. They're not going to drag itself out, Yep. Not the Thunderdome. You're scratch building a wasteland area? Nice. But not the Thunderdome. So, yeah, I'm really happy for Modeling for Advantage. They deserve it. They're good guys, and it's fun. It's cool to see them go. Yeah, it is exciting when you like. That's what I like about this hobby, man. I mean, when you meet somebody and they find something they love, really they go all out and they'll spread the word. Like Mini Wormont here. I mean, he's probably sold more copies than they realize just because he's super excited about it. And that's how things spread, right? You're not a trashy kind of guy. Yes, Mini Warm-Up, but in a good way. See, and so there's another thing. You're known for that too, taking trash and making some really cool terrain. And why don't you do a book on how to do that, Mini Warm-Up, or videos? Little school people in it. Teach them knowledge. So yeah, and Yeah, the excitement is a good thing, Mythos. It really is. It truly is. So if you're not excited about stuff, then, what's the point, right? I mean, really, what's the point? Me no teach. Teach us though. Oh, you like to teach me. Warm up. Why watch how you do these games? You're pretty good at it. You just don't think you're teaching. So we'll let you believe that. You're not teaching anybody anything. Just like you'll say you're not a salesman, but I have text after text after text that proves you wrong. But you can think you're not a salesman. And that's okay too. You're going to stay in your hole and build trash on. That's good, but you enjoy that, right? So, yeah, man, it's all good. It's all good. Do what you do the best and enjoy the most. So, that's all you can do. It's like me. I just like meeting people and chit-chatting about the games, and I don't know what I could really teach anybody. I try a little bit, but I don't know. I know enough to be dangerous on a bunch of games, I guess. I'm not like an expert on any one game, which is okay because it gives me the chance to go around doing other games and such. But so that's what I like to do. So I've done my own train building myself, built my own tank traps, done my own molds, poured my own resin. So I have fun doing that. I do sculpty clay, because it doesn't go bad. You just, when you're done modeling it, you bake it in the oven, whatever you modeled, and then you can put it in a mold, build a box and pour your mold over it, and boom. When you take it out, you mix your resin, and then you have a mold. So there you go. Everybody likes to do things their own way. Just have fun with it. As long as I have coffee in my family and you guys, I'm good. I really don't need a whole lot in this world, man. Just a little. Just a little. But, yeah. Oh, crud. I forgot about these two. I still got this Brandon's Boys box for Keegan to build, too, the Team Yankee. That's a whole. We built the Russians. Yeah, I agree with you there, Mythos. You probably could. And yes, Mythos, coffee is a secret to life. At least for me, it is. And Ray Wormut's all. We don't need another hero. You're funny. See, sarcasm. That's why I get along with you. You don't need another hero. You're right. You're just a humble trash conversion specialist. How's that? You're an eco-friendly gamer. Now, I guess that would be a good way to put it. Eco-friendly. So there you go. What, Mini Wormut? I'm not really crazy. It doesn't matter if I train squirrels or not. Technically doesn't make me nuts. Or it could. But it's not on paper anyways. So yeah. So you keep singing your Tina Turner songs. But that's one reason there, Mad Max Thunderdome. That's the one thing that is interesting about this Necromunda Ash Wastelands is the first part's in a hive underground. But once you get up on the surface, then it's more like a Mad Max kind of a world. And so that's where that becomes interesting for me. There you go, Mythos. Putting you on the spot there in front of everybody because we really need you to game. Bring your wife, too, if she wants to. Bring Lily if she wants to game. And 10 minute where you could set up some sort of scenario that might surprise Keegan. I don't know, whatever you want to come up with. Oh, fair enough. You got to check away. Freak. Yeah. And Freak, yeah. Actually, Freak's always invited Mythos. I don't see if he wants to game with us. If he'd like to, he's more than welcome to. So there's nothing to fear from us. I mean, none of us have really, complained about the free breeding program surcharges built into everything. So he doesn't have to worry about nothing with us. We're good. We're good. So check with Lily, see if she wants to, or if you don't got plans, you're invited. So is Freak, and let's see if we can get some people together and just do this. It'd just be fun. It'd just be fun to do. And it's okay to say frack, Mini Wormut. If they could do it in Battlestar Galactica, then me and you can say it too, because it's not a bad word. I guess Keegan's squats could say frack because they're minors, so wouldn't they be fracking things anyways? No. Okay. Okay, I'll stop with that. But yeah, you should be good. And that's the good thing there, man. Just we can all hang out and game. That's cool. In the meantime, before the next show, I'm gonna finish up the Stormtroopers, and I gotta see what I can do with the Rebels. I don't really have. I guess some of the paints I could use for them. It depends. I'll try to follow the paint scheme with what I got. I just prefer to paint them before I game with them. I don't have to, but I do have one of Katie's parents, my son Josh's girlfriend Katie. She is interested in playing that Star Wars Legion, so she said she'd be happy to sit down and throw down a game. So I think we'll do that too. See if I can get them in on it, and that would be interesting for Star Wars Legion area. And it's just like X-wing. There's a little more I want to do with that too. So anymore, it's just been busy, you guys. Other than being busy, life has calmed down in a lot of areas. Just my work is pretty busy, and my son's moving, and the granddaughter's cool, so I have her a good amount of time, which is fine with me. I like that. We get to play, and we have a good time. The only thing is I can't give her the miniatures because she just wants to eat them. Something I've seen Keegan do, but Keegan isn't 6 months old, so I'll have a talk with him about that later. Maybe he's just suffering from a plastic deficiency. I don't know. But he should be okay with his latest little box there. He's not happy, though. I'll tell you that, Mythos, that he bought that book, and a week later they nerfed all that stuff. And he's like, why did I buy this blank book, And I'm like, I don't know. You bought the book, and then I just write him a letter and say, hey, I just paid for this, and you just changed it. What are you going to do about it? And see what they say. That's what I told him to do. I said, because really you can't be releasing books and changing it a week or two later. It's kind of ridiculous. And that's got to be annoying. So there's a few of them, like the compendium for Kill Team I was going to pick up, but why bother? They already literally rewritten the book. Use it if you need it. So it gets to be annoying. That's why some of these other rule systems, like what Wiley makes, is interesting, because it's just fairly straightforward, and it's a little bit different, and it's not going to keep changing on you, So that's a good thing, and fairly easy to play with also. Right, Mini Wormut, they're pretty easy to play with. So there you go, you guys. I think it's been a pretty good week so far. But again, next Sunday, there's going to be 2 games. It's going to be game with Mini Wormut and D and Keegan going at it. Laughing your butt off too much? What's too much? There's never too much. There's never too many minis, is there? I mean, not really. There might be too many games or game systems, but I don't know about the miniature part of it, because you can have fun with them. So, but now I've got my work quote cut out for me. I've got to, like I said, I'm going to touch up my Stormtroopers this week, get them finalized, glued onto their bases. And I'm not going to do anything with the bases because they come black and red. So you Empire and Rebel bases. So I'm just going to leave them the way they are. And I think that it's going to be going to be kind of a fun thing to do. But then again, I like Star Wars, so it's all good. And Mini Warmut, just during the week, get a hold of me. Let me know for sure if we're going to do like Prison Outbreak. And I'm down for that. That would give us something to do, too. Oh, Mini Warmut. Hey, Mythos. Mini Warmut loves you. That's good. See that? Keegan, no. You don't dare want to tell Keegan Mini Warmut that you love him. You'd end up with videos sent to you that you probably would have to see a therapist for. You just don't tell him that. That's on you if you do. That's all I can say. You'd be like, what Keegan sent me? Oh my God, I can't see now. Yeah, like that. But Keegan's getting into the gaming pretty good. He's doing pretty good. Aw. It's a virtual hug. That's what we all need. A virtual hug. So there you go. See, anybody that comes by and watches this later, they can see that our group really does like each other. We're all just hanging out, having fun. We all wish each other success, just like Modeling for Advantage. I think it's really fantastic that they're growing. And again, I think it's a good thing Jay will be on there. It's just going to work out for both of them, and that's the way it should be, man. It's all good. And I don't know. So you're focusing on your prisoners? They're called berserkers? Are they just standard prisoners? Mini warm up before you paint too much, or are they? You say berserkers. It's not. Are they like a juggernaut kind of a thing, or a hard to kill kind of a thing, or are they? Is that they just kind of like runners, like the others would be runners? So if you could explain it, that would be cool. That would be cool. But if you got a chance to paint, do that, man. Do that. Standard prison outfit is orange. And berserkers are not nice. Okay, well, I guess I'll find out what berserkers are then, because if they're not nice, they're not nice. Yeah. Oh, no. So do we have to use like Molotovs on them or certain melee weapons where you got to get up and fight them, like on the others? Because some of the others you couldn't shoot or do anything with. You had to use a Molotov cocktail or something to take them out. So melee weapons work. Okay, so we'll have to keep that. We'll have to keep that in mind. Melee weapons. That would be cool. Hold on just a second. I wanted to text Josh. She's not awake yet. That's okay, don't wake her up. I was going to say if she's awake, I'd put her on the show. They're wondering about when you're going to do a call to arms.
Maybe a little bit tomorrow.
Yeah. You gotta watch out for toxic walkers. They're not nice, but they're splashy. Okay. We'll have to see if Prison Outbreak, it can't be with a bunch of nice undead, so we'll have to see how that goes. But yeah, for sure. as long as we can game, I'm all good. So there you go, you guys. That was my battle plan for the week. Finish my stormtroopers, and maybe if possible, get my enforcer patrol done. There's only 10 of them. It's not assembling them that's the pain. I don't think I have the paints for them either at this point. So splashy, Greg, splashy. Okay, splashy. If they're splashy, then they're splashy. It's okay, Mini Warmut. If you got bright orange outfits on the regular ones, at least we can see them on the board, right? We know where they're at. So that's all good too. And some of these are just hard to do. Now, that paint set I got for the Invader Zombicide, that works out pretty good. So that's the other thing too. I mean, geez, there's only 72 miniatures, so it's like, you gotta paint those at some point. It's just I know that we don't take it out as much as the other Zombicide. So Keegan plays with the kids over at his house, and they like that other Zombicide pretty well. Stupid fly, it's following me. Is that from you, Mini Warmut? Just a fly on the wall, just hanging around? Yeah, I think so. It's all good. It is that time of year. We're in Iowa, anyways. We get them, so. Hey, whatever you got to do, Mini Warm-Up for yourself for painting, you go ahead and do that. But yeah, I just don't got a whole ton for you guys this week other than getting these game setups a big deal, and then getting these things done and getting the other stuff worked out has been helpful also. So it is pretty good. I might just during the week, if I get a chance, I think too I'm gonna do some impromptu lives, not necessarily. Maybe not to YouTube, but maybe to Instagram or something like that, or to my TikTok channel. Might do that because I need to be able to do stuff for spread it out a little bit too. Is what I need to do. But in the end, I just like to have fun doing things. So, all right, you guys. We've been out this for about an hour, and I appreciate you coming by. But I think we'll go ahead and try to keep it to around the hour mark most of the time so that we can get things done. I've got a lot to do, especially for tomorrow. My work there's a lot going on there. We got a lot of new homes and stuff coming in, and a lot of things that require me to do a lot of paperwork. So, and paperwork is never fun. It's never fun to me. But, yep, game time next week, you said. We'll do it on the show time. I'll just do it at this time, 4 o'clock. I'll get on there and pull you in about 15 minutes before it starts. Mythos, if you want to, and your wife, if you can, great. If not, that's okay. If Freak would like to join, we would love to have him on. Listen, anybody who wants to join, we can fit X amount of people. So let us know, and we will try to do that because Brian loves this, and he's extremely good at hosting it on his end and running the game. He's very good, and it makes the game enjoyable. Mini Warmut, you do a fantastic job. It really does make it fun. So I'm looking forward to it, man. That to me is some excitingly good news. So we shall see, and I'm pretty sure Keegan will want to be there. I'm pretty sure you can count him in on it. And I don't know, Mythos, maybe some of the other guys in your group wouldn't want to get on too, and they can try it. But yeah, let's for sure do that. But you guys take it easy. I'll let you guys go. Mini Warmut, have fun painting. I'm looking forward to seeing those. And wish me luck on getting these. And just remember, stormtroopers equal toothpicks. If you want to get those eyes and stuff done, toothpicks. Otherwise, it's an overbrush. Even with the tiniest of brushes, it's a bit difficult. So I will leave you at that. That's the only word of advice I have. That and drink more coffee, and good luck. Thank you, Mini Warma. Good luck to you too. Mythos and the rest of you, I will catch up with you guys later. I'm going to throw up a podcast, so look out for that. And we're going to start increasing more of those. I know Mythos was listening to them, so I thank you for that, Mythos. You guys have a good day.